4 carbohydrates you must incorporate into your daily meals, and 4 that you should absolutely never consume after the age of 60. Choosing the wrong carbs can have a devastating impact on your health. They cause your blood sugar to soar, wreak havoc on your gut, and silently pave the way for memory decline, muscle loss, and even stroke. One landmark study discovered they elevate your risk for diabetes by a shocking 70%. The most concerning part is that the majority of seniors eat them every day without realizing the danger. Cereal, toast, crackers, even carbs we think of as healthy, are actively depleting your energy and fast-tracking the aging process. Here on Health and Food, with Dr. William, we will reveal the 4 best carbs to eat daily and the 4 absolute worst that are aging you rapidly, ranked from the most beneficial to the least and from the most dangerous to the least. Stay with us, because the number 1 item on the worst list is directly tied to heart failure and early onset dementia, and it's very likely in your kitchen at this moment. Everything we discuss is supported by scientific evidence, with all references linked in the description below. Before we get started, please drop a comment to let us know where you are watching from and your age. We make it a point to reply to every single one. Let's begin with the number 4 best carb. This one is underestimated by almost everyone. Number 4, green peas. Green peas may appear too simple to be significant, but for seniors, they are a formidable muscle-preserving carbohydrate that far too many people ignore, in contrast to fast-burning carbs like white rice or potatoes. Green peas are abundant in resistant starch and soluble fiber. This means they digest at a slow pace, which helps to stabilize your blood sugar and ward off the perilous insulin spikes that become increasingly common after 60. But the benefits of peas extend beyond blood sugar control. They provide direct support for muscle repair. Here is a fact most people are unaware of. Peas are one of the very few high-carb vegetables that contain leucine. Leucine is a branched-chain amino acid that acts as a signal for your body to construct and preserve muscle tissue. After 60, your body naturally enters a catabolic state, where it breaks down muscle more quickly than it can build it. Without leucine-rich carbohydrates, this muscle breakdown speeds up. A 2022 study published in the journal Nutrients found that seniors who consumed green legumes like peas at least 3 times a week retained 14% more muscle mass over a 2-year period compared to those who did not, even without adding exercise. Green peas also aid in protecting your gut, which is essential for digesting carbohydrates effectively. They contain a phytonutrient called kaempferol, which helps to reduce inflammation in the intestinal lining. When your gut is inflamed, every carbohydrate, including the beneficial ones, becomes more difficult for your body to process. This is why seniors who suffer from irritable bowels or gas often find their symptoms worsen when they avoid fiber-rich plant starches like peas. Even worse, compromised gut health obstructs the absorption of nutrients, leaving you feeling perpetually tired, achy, and mentally foggy. To maximize their benefits, avoid boiling them until they are mush. Instead, steam them lightly and toss with a bit of olive oil and garlic. This method preserves their fiber and phytonutrients while enhancing absorption. Green peas are more than a simple side dish. They are a strategic anabolic carb that assists seniors in combating fatigue, rebuilding lost muscle, and keeping inflammation at bay. Reintroduce them into your diet at least 3 times a week, and you will notice the positive change. Number 3, steel-cut oats. Steel-cut oats are not merely a breakfast food. They serve as a metabolic shield for seniors. Unlike instant oats or quick-cook varieties, which are heavily processed and stripped of their natural structure, steel-cut oats are digested slowly. This leads to a gradual release of glucose, helping to maintain stable blood sugar levels for hours. This is a game changer after the age of 60, when insulin resistance often begins to set in, and most carbs cause your sugar levels to skyrocket. The slow absorption provided by steel-cut oats gives your pancreas a much-needed rest and helps maintain the delicate hormonal balance your body requires to feel energized and mentally sharp. What truly sets steel-cut oats apart, however, is beta-glucan. This is a unique soluble fiber found in high concentrations exclusively in minimally processed oats. Dozens of studies have demonstrated that this compound can lower LDL, bad cholesterol, decrease systemic inflammation, and enhance the integrity of the gut barrier, three critical issues that tend to worsen with age. A 2023 meta-analysis in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition concluded that consuming just one bowl of steel-cut oats daily lowered LDL cholesterol by as much as 15% in adults over 60. It also significantly reduced C-reactive protein, a key marker of inflammation linked to arthritis, cognitive decline, and stroke. Even more impressively, beta-glucan fortifies your immune system. After 60, your immune cells can become less active, resulting in a higher risk of infections and slower recovery times. Oats nourish the beneficial bacteria in your colon, particularly bifidobacteria, which produce short-chain fatty acids that heal your gut lining, manage cravings, and can even elevate serotonin levels. This translates to improved digestion, a better mood, and greater immune resilience, all from a carbohydrate that cooks in just 15 minutes. To get the most out of steel-cut oats, refrain from loading them with brown sugar or processed milk. Instead, prepare them with water or unsweetened almond milk. Add a dash of cinnamon for added blood sugar control, and top with berries or flax seeds for a boost of antioxidants. Steel-cut oats are not just beneficial for your heart, they are one of the rare carbs that actively protect seniors from the inside out. If you are dealing with sugar crashes, brain fog, or sluggish mornings, oats could be the daily ritual your body has been craving. Number 2, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are more than just a tasty treat. They are one of the most complete and senior-friendly carbohydrates available. Unlike white potatoes, which can spike your blood sugar while providing minimal nutritional value, sweet potatoes offer slow-burning, complex carbohydrates that fuel your body without overwhelming its insulin response. This is crucial after 60, when even small sugar spikes can contribute to chronic fatigue, blurred vision, and accelerated damage to your blood vessels. What makes sweet potatoes particularly valuable is their incredibly high concentration of beta-carotene, a plant pigment that your body skillfully converts into vitamin A. This is a nutrient that a majority of seniors are deficient in. Vitamin A is vital for supporting your immune system, protecting your skin, and enhancing your vision. A 2022 study published in Frontiers in Aging revealed that older adults who regularly ate orange-fleshed vegetables like sweet potatoes demonstrated significantly better memory retention, experienced fewer colds, and had lower rates of macular degeneration. It is not just the carbohydrate content in sweet potatoes, it's the protective nutritional package they come in. But that's not all. Sweet potatoes are also a rich source of resistant starch, especially when they are cooked and then allowed to cool. Resistant starch acts as a prebiotic, feeding the beneficial bacteria in your colon. This process produces butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that works to reduce inflammation, fortify your intestinal barrier, and has even been shown to lower the risk of colon cancer. Seniors struggling with poor digestion, leaky gut, or IBS-like symptoms often report significant improvements when they substitute refined carbs with cooled sweet potatoes. They also contain magnesium and potassium, two electrolytes that are essential for proper muscle contraction and heart rhythm, both of which are depleted more easily with age or due to certain medications. If you experience leg cramps at night or your heart rhythm feels irregular, sweet potatoes might be a part of the solution your doctor hasn't mentioned. To receive their full benefits, roast them whole with the skin on. Avoid smothering them in marshmallows or sugar. A sprinkle of cinnamon or turmeric can amplify their blood sugar lowering and anti-inflammatory properties. When you eat sweet potatoes, you are not only satisfying a carb craving, you are simultaneously strengthening your gut, stabilizing your blood sugar, and protecting your brain and vision. Number 1, lentils. Lentils are not just another source of plant-based protein. They are unequivocally the single most advantageous carbohydrate that seniors can consume daily. They are packed with complex starch, soluble fiber, and essential minerals that work to repair aging tissues, balance blood sugar, and can even cut the risk of chronic disease by over 30%. In stark contrast to processed carbs that fuel inflammation and cause your energy to crash, lentils bring stability to everything: your glucose, your digestion, and even your mood. Here is why they become even more critical after the age of 60. Lentils are incredibly low on the glycemic index, which means they produce almost no spike in blood sugar while still delivering sustained, long-lasting energy. This is vital as your mitochondria, your body's cellular power plants, naturally decline in efficiency with age. A 2021 study from the British Journal of Nutrition found that older adults who ate lentils 3 times per week had markedly lower fasting glucose levels, improved cholesterol profiles, and significantly better insulin sensitivity compared to those who did not eat legumes. Even more importantly, lentils are filled with prebiotic fiber that directly nourishes the gut microbiome. After 60, the diversity of your gut bacteria can drop sharply, a change that is linked to immune system dysfunction, brain fog, and joint pain. The specific type of fiber found in lentils helps to restore this microbial balance, encouraging the production of anti-inflammatory compounds like propionate and acetate, which protect the lining of your intestines. With a more robust gut barrier, seniors can absorb more nutrients, detoxify more effectively, and experience less bloating and inflammation after eating. Lentils are also rich in iron, folate, and magnesium, nutrients that most seniors do not get enough of. Iron keeps your red blood cells healthy, folate supports brain function and DNA repair, and magnesium helps to calm your nervous system while supporting muscle and bone health. For women over 60, folate is especially crucial for preventing memory decline and protecting cardiovascular function. To get their full benefits, cook lentils with anti-inflammatory spices like cumin, garlic, or bay leaf. Steer clear of canned versions that are high in sodium and opt for dried or minimally processed lentils. Red lentils cook the quickest, while brown and green varieties offer a firmer texture. Add them to soups, stews, or even cold salads for a daily carbohydrate that does everything white bread cannot. Now that you know the 4 best carbs that fuel your body, protect your muscles, and stabilize your energy after 60, let's count down the 4 worst carbs seniors should never touch, starting with a common favorite that is silently aging your body every single day. Number 4, white sandwich bread. White sandwich bread stands as one of the most perilous staples in a senior's diet. It's not dangerous because it tastes overly sweet, but because it doesn't have to in order to cause harm. Most people over 60 were raised eating white bread daily, for toast in the morning, sandwiches at lunch, or a slice alongside soup. However, the modern version of white bread bears no resemblance to what your parents consumed. Today's white bread is manufactured from bleached, ultra-refined flour that digests even more rapidly than table sugar, resulting in a colossal glucose spike within minutes. Those spikes are more significant than ever after 60. A 2021 study in diabetes care that followed over 8,000 adults over the age of 60 found that daily consumption of white bread increased the risk of developing type 2 diabetes by 29% and heart disease by 16%. Why does this happen? As you get older, your pancreas functions less efficiently, your cells become more resistant to insulin, and your blood sugar remains elevated for longer periods. This silent storm inflicts damage on your blood vessels, inflames your nerves, and can even deprive your brain cells of essential energy. White bread also provides almost zero fiber, which means the beneficial bacteria in your gut are left to starve. When your microbiome weakens, your immune system falters, your digestion slows down, and inflammation can run rampant throughout your body. To make matters worse, most contemporary white breads contain added sugars, hydrogenated oils, and so-called enriched flours that do little more than trick your body into feeling full while actively feeding the very diseases you are trying to prevent. If you are eating white bread for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, your body is engaged in a constant sugar battle it simply cannot win. The solution is to switch to 100% sprouted grain or stone-ground whole grain bread that contains at least 3 grams of fiber per slice. Read every label carefully. The word wheat is not sufficient unless whole wheat is the first ingredient. And multigrain is often a meaningless marketing term. If you desire steady energy, sharper focus, and genuine protection against stroke and diabetes, leaving white sandwich bread behind might be the single most important dietary decision you make this year. But before we continue, if you have been finding this video helpful so far, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this from Health and Food with Dr. William. Number 3, rice cakes. They are light, they are crunchy, and they are marketed as a healthy diet food. In reality, rice cakes are one of the most deceptive and hazardous carbs for seniors. With virtually no fat, no fiber, and zero substantial nutrition, rice cakes hit your bloodstream with the same impact as pure sugar. Your body digests them in a matter of minutes, triggering a severe glucose spike that is followed by an equally abrupt crash. After 60, these repeated spikes don't just leave you feeling exhausted, they elevate your risk for diabetes, memory loss, and muscle deterioration. Most rice cakes are made from puffed white rice, which carries a glycemic index of over 80, a score higher than that of table sugar. A 2020 study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology discovered that high glycemic index foods like puffed rice raised post-meal blood sugar by more than 200% in seniors compared to low glycemic index whole grains. That surge in blood sugar forces a massive release of insulin, but aging cells do not respond as well, so your blood sugar stays high for longer. This leads to increased inflammation, oxidative stress, and even damage to your nerves. Rice cakes also do a poor job of satisfying your hunger because they are devoid of fiber, protein, and fat. They do absolutely nothing to slow down digestion or trigger fullness hormones like leptin. Consequently, you feel hungry again sooner, snack more frequently, and can gain weight over time, even while believing you are eating lightly. Many seniors choose rice cakes as a safe snack, but what they are actually getting is a metabolic roller coaster that worsens their energy levels, mental focus, and gut health. To compound the problem, flavored rice cakes frequently contain maltodextrin, artificial sweeteners, and sodium-laden coatings that can elevate your blood pressure and harm your gut lining. Even plain rice cakes offer little more than empty starch, starch that feeds the wrong types of gut bacteria and encourages bloating, constipation, and inflammation. If you are reaching for rice cakes under the assumption that they are a smart snack, it is time to reconsider that habit. Swap them for a small handful of raw almonds or a slice of true whole grain toast with avocado. These alternatives support blood sugar control, muscle maintenance, and gut health, all of which are critically important as you age. Rice cakes may appear harmless, but for seniors, they are just another fast-acting carb that accelerates the very health problems you are striving to prevent. Number 2, packaged breakfast cereals. They are vibrant, they are crunchy, and their boxes claim they are fortified with essential vitamins. However, most packaged breakfast cereals are one of the most dangerous carbohydrates a senior can consume. From cornflakes and honey clusters to so-called bran blends, nearly every box lining the supermarket aisle is filled with refined grains, added sugars, and chemical preservatives that unleash chaos on your blood sugar, digestion, and long-term well-being. The issue begins with their manufacturing process. During processing, the grains are stripped of their natural fiber and germ, leaving behind nothing but fast-burning starch. And because these cereals are often puffed, flaked, or coated to create that signature crunch, your body absorbs them as quickly as it would pure glucose. That initial spike forces your pancreas to release a flood of insulin, a response that becomes more hazardous after 60 when your body's insulin response is slower and your cells no longer respond as efficiently. This results in more sugar circulating in your bloodstream for longer periods, which fuels inflammation, fatigue, and brain fog. A 2019 study from the Journal of Gerontology found that adults over 60 who ate processed breakfast cereal 5 or more times per week had a 22% higher risk of developing metabolic syndrome, a collection of symptoms that includes high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and excess belly fat. Many of these cereals are also loaded with phosphates and emulsifiers, which can damage your gut lining and deplete key minerals like calcium and magnesium. This can lead to weaker bones, tighter muscles, and an increased risk of falls and fractures. Even cereals marketed as whole grain or fiber rich are often sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, barley malt, or fruit juice concentrate, all of which hit your system just like sugar. Some contain over 20 grams of sugar in a single serving, concealed under various names. If you pair that cereal with low-fat milk, you are simply adding more sugar to the mix without the beneficial fat your body needs to slow digestion and support hormone production. The solution is to ditch the boxes. If you need a quick breakfast, opt for unsweetened Greek yogurt with chia seeds or a hard-boiled egg with a slice of genuine whole grain toast. Packaged cereal might seem like a convenient start to your day, but for seniors, it is often the first step toward the blood sugar spikes, weight gain, and energy crashes that can plague you all morning. Number 1. French fries. They are golden, they are crispy, and for many seniors, they are simply irresistible. But French fries are, without a doubt, the most dangerous carbohydrate you can put into your body after 60. They are not just high in refined starch. They are deep fried in inflammatory oils, stripped of all fiber, and loaded with salt and chemical preservatives that inflict damage on nearly every organ in your aging body. You are not eating a vegetable. You are consuming a blood sugar bomb encased in a heart attack. Here is the breakdown of the problem. Potatoes by themselves already have a high glycemic index, meaning they cause blood sugar to rise quickly. But when you slice them thin, fry them in toxic vegetable oils, and douse them in salt and artificial flavorings, they become metabolically ruinous. A 2023 study published in the journal Nutrition and Aging found that seniors who ate fried potatoes at least twice a week had a 36% higher risk of stroke and were twice as likely to develop insulin resistance and vascular stiffness, even if the rest of their diet was considered moderate. French fries also decimate your gut bacteria. Most are cooked in reused oils that contain acrylamide, a cancer-causing compound that forms when starchy foods are fried at high temperatures. These compounds weaken your gut barrier, promote body-wide inflammation, and hinder the absorption of key vitamins like B12, magnesium, and folate. Nutrients your brain and muscles desperately require after 60, and then there's the salt. A typical serving of fast food or frozen fries contains over 300 milligrams of sodium, and no one ever eats just one serving. That sodium overload stiffens your arteries, raises your blood pressure, and forces your kidneys to work in overdrive. Combine that with the immense carb load, and you have the perfect storm for fatigue, brain fog, swollen ankles, and declining heart function. What makes French fries especially treacherous is their emotional comfort. They are frequently associated with social gatherings and paired with burgers, sandwiches, or takeout, which makes them difficult to resist. But the toll they take on your metabolism, cognitive function, and circulation is immense. After 60, every single bite you take either contributes to healing your body or pushes you closer to disease. If you have a love for potatoes, try baking sweet potato wedges with olive oil and herbs. But if you are still eating French fries every week, it is crucial to understand that they are not just a guilty pleasure. They are quietly stealing your energy, your mental clarity, and years from your life. If you are over 60, your body no longer processes carbohydrates in the same way. The wrong carbs now have a more potent effect, linger longer in your system, and inflict more damage than they ever did when you were younger. Fast-digesting, fiberless carbs like white bread, rice cakes, and French fries ignite a storm within your body, spiking your blood sugar, exhausting your pancreas, and flooding your system with inflammation. Over time, these effects contribute to slower thinking, weaker muscles, unstable energy, and a significantly higher risk of stroke, diabetes, and premature frailty. But not all carbs are the villain. The right ones, such as lentils, steel-cut oats, and sweet potatoes, are filled with slow-burning fuel, muscle-building nutrients, and gut-healing fibers that can reverse many of the changes associated with aging. These carbohydrates stabilize your blood sugar, nourish your microbiome, and keep your body in a state of repair instead of breakdown. When eaten daily, they can sharpen your mind, protect your joints, and help you preserve the energy you need to remain independent. The reality is that every carbohydrate you consume is either accelerating the aging process or slowing it down. There is no middle ground. That is why selecting the right carbs and eliminating the worst offenders is one of the most powerful actions you can take for your health after 60. You do not need to eliminate carbs entirely. You just need to eliminate the ones that are silently working against you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching.